Most Jamaican people don't want freedom for Jack here. For those who want freedom, film, comment freedom, everybody share the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, Vybz Kartel win his case. Manifest Mondays it is. Subscribe to the channel. Listen to this.
They're going. You see, my murder case will win over England, and then them send it come back here before this case, because them are trying for what the prosecution they are trying to say and not turn it around. The narrative say it's just now him start appeal the case since we win the appeal last year. Them are trying to make it sound like I just now Cairo they just start appeal that case. That case they start appeal from Cairo get sentenced. Till one night time Cairo when we lock up them time the Cairo say, bro,
everybody drop a like on this.
Allow me, I gotta stop the appeal here, you know, bro. Me gonna stop the appeal, you know, bro. And we win this, when we win, it does whatever go on. And Vybz Kartel, Adija, Palmer, my father got here. I say, you know, say Kyra, say Ray. I say, what? You crazy? You mad? No appeal, no for stop. The appeal, no for stop. The appeal, no for stop. Continue it, and it never stop. And the man push me more money, cause Kyra never want to tell Mr. Palmer, Vybz Kartel say for pay no more money, because we know how much money he must spend with that, and we know how the man a spend their money. I try to get back with freedom, dog.
Alright, so we're not going to waste some more time, everybody. Of course, Jack is now getting a beating inside a prison. And of course, you hear a while ago, which is, you know, one of Vybz Kartel's closest friends detailing the win of his case. You understand? We're going to talk about that further down right now. You understand? But Jack and his dilemma continues. Jack get a beaten left, right, and center because they're now calling for Jack to be silenced while in prison. Yes, they're calling for Jack to be silenced while in prison. You understand? A whole heap of people are saying him for staying there. So no, whole heap of people, a lot of persons aren't really sorry for Jack, but for those who wants to see him free, drop a like on the video and comment freedom. Alright? For those who wants to see Jack free, comment freedom inside of the comment section, everybody, because things don't look good for him right now. Yeah, you might get a beating in them. Yeah, tell you that. You see what I say? Because these things take money. And this is not a cheap situation. It calls for money, it calls for spending, and it calls for resources. One that seems to be limited to Jack, especially now as it sets, because right now, my people, they are calling for Jack to be muted and silenced in Europe. You understand? They are calling for Jack to be silenced. What is that action? Why is that action being taken? We're going to talk about it. Yes. So it is not enough that he now is incarcerated in another country, but they are also calling a movement against him, a total silence and muting of Jack and his overall music in Europe. A total ban and shut down. He might get a beating. They must shut him down completely. You understand? Completely they must shut him down. You understand? Let us get to this now. Since European radio stations personnel enacted an informal ban on the music of incarcerated reggae singer Jack, there are only few radio stations, broadcasters, who remain neutral to play his music. Now, at least one Dutch-based broadcaster continued to wave the flag for the longing for singer. Her reasoning? Great music and empathy. This broadcaster says she feels sorry for him. Now, she says, and I quote, "I play Jack because his music is great and a lot of people love it." The female broadcaster told the source, "I am going to continue to play his music. I would like to hopefully interview him one day. He is being detained right here in Amsterdam." She added, don't jump to conclusion. Believe in the process, the rehabilitation. She's saying that they should give him a chance. She's calling for the system to give him a chance, and not only this system but other radio personnel as well. They might mute him. You understand? Now in March 2022, the Jamaican singer whose real name is Sakator Alak was convicted of attempted manslaughter and sentenced to 6 years in prison after he stabbed a Dutch concert promoter over unpaid performance fees in October 2021. Okay? Now, the incident led to an informal campaign among European selectors and disc jockeys to mute Jacure and shut him down. You understand? Calling for them to boycott Jacure. The singer is reportedly not on the playlist of a number of street and radio selectors across Europe, a development which, in the scope of a niche genre like reggae, is like a death sentence. Jesus. They're saying that Jacure, and I said this is Jacure is getting a drop-in sentence right now. Because if you're a reggae star, yes, even if you don't have the hottest song in Jamaica currently, your biggest market is Europe. Your biggest market is Europe. And for them to now ban him, mute him, and boycott him and shut him down, they're saying that Jacure has been given a death sentence. Can you imagine? And it is true. That is the severity of having a reggae artist music being boycotted, banned, muted, shut down in Europe. Only one female that is playing Jacure's music right now. She says because good music and empathy. She feels sorry for him and him sing good song. That is the only reason. Now, this is how serious it has gotten. The ban started in the form of a protest against the violence by Jacure. They are currently protesting Jacure, not for them to let him out of prison, not for mercy, no, not because them sorry for him. Them do that because they want to shut him down completely, because they're saying Jacure is a violent person. Can you imagine that? Jacure has received a death sentence in music, and that is what I will title this video as. Yeah, they said there. Anyway, it has been almost 4 years since Jacure's songs are largely missing from the reggae music scene. 4 years. 4 years. 4 years. Yes, that is what it is. Moving right along. Now, as you just heard a while ago, one of Vybz Kartel's closest friends, of course, detailed what is happening right now with another inmate that is behind bars. One called Cairo. You understand? Okay? Now, he gives this perception because of a certain narrative that is being painted. But also, there is still a case pending before the courts that that Vybz Kartel's right, or constitutional right allegedly, where he took action against the state. Now, that was one of the cases given, which at the time was being brought forward. The paperwork before is very much before the state, right? Where he was allegedly placed on solitary confinement. See, he won't sue the state for malicious prosecution or wrongful conviction, but the one where his rights was violated is still before the courts. Now, Vybz Kartel celebrated his victory and freedom from his appeal, of course, you understand, but there are currently money being spent still to have Cairo removed from incarceration. Now, you know, to the surprise of many, when Valorinita Roberts passed away, it came as, you know, as a dampening on things, including Cairo as well, and Ninja Man. Drop a like on the video, share the video. We have more to come down, gonna way. I will be back.